In today's video, I review Amberlynn Reid's video titled What a 500-Pound Girl Truly Eats in a Day. It's a really tough watch, so as a quick warning, if you are suffering from any form of eating disorder, then please switch off now. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow this done for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, just a quick reminder that I'm now offering the SIBO organic acid stool test and consult via my website. So if you have any health or digestive problems, then consider taking these tests, as they will provide a lot of very detailed information upon which you can start making informed decisions and then start getting your health back on track. And on that bombshell, to the video.
I kind of want to make this video to show you guys how it is for me on a day where I just do not care. I want to eat all my feelings. I want to binge. I feel possessed for the whole day. Like I don't care. Like I'm not myself. Kind of like I'm on the outside watching myself.
So what Amberlynn is referring to here is a binge eating disorder. This is characterised by a person being compelled to overeat a lot of food on a regular basis. This type of disorder affects around 2% of people worldwide, and despite what many people think, the binge eating disorder is as much of a psychiatric disorder as it is an issue with food. Just some very quick statistics for you. Around 15% of people with binge eating disorder attempt suicide, and around 8% of people with binge eating disorder may cross over to a diagnosis of bulimia nervosa. Just 50% of people with binge eating disorder fully recover following psychotherapy, and where Amberlynn lives in the US, one person will die every 52 minutes from an eating disorder. Now, before we delve into Amberlynn's day of eating, I also want to run through some of the main causes of binge eating disorders. So there is a genetic component, there is often a significant emotional trauma, there are changes in the brain in some people, there are body image insecurities and problems, there is a gender element to this in that women are a lot more likely to suffer with a disorder, and there are many other psychological elements to this, including bipolar, anxiety or phobias. So just as you can't say to a depressed person just to snap out of it, you can't expect a person with a binge eating disorder just to stop eating. Anyway, let's jump into the video.
So I ordered Mexican food. Here are the chips, Mexican rice, and we have some tamales. Honestly, this looks freaking delicious. So I am super pumped, and I'm gonna watch a TV show while I eat this and numb all my feelings. So here I go.
So that is obviously a lot of food and calories, but before we jump into this in more detail, I want to touch on something that bothers me and has to change within YouTube. It has a duty of care to protect people like Amberlynn and Eugenia, and it has a duty of care not to facilitate the harm of these people. Paying Amberlynn and Eugenia £1,700 to £2,000 a month is not helping them. Everyone knows this is wrong, yet we are effectively watching these girls die in front of our very eyes.
Okay, so this is how much I've left of this and the rice. I did eat some chips.
So it's super difficult to calculate those calories, but it has to be in the range of 1,500 to 2,200.
So it has been no more than a minute since I stopped eating my food, and I have candy. I have Twix. I have Snickers. I have a caramel, Simply Caramel Milky Way, and a regular Milky Way. So I will show you guys exactly how many I choose to eat. Each pack of these has 6 in them. So you guys will be able to tell how many I've eaten by how many are left. So I'm gonna eat some of those.
So it's obviously difficult to watch someone push the self-destruct button in this manner. I hope that she is getting the help that she needs and support from family and friends. Although I can imagine with the cost of therapy in the US, it is very cost prohibitive for Amberlynn. So I couldn't see any mention on her channel, but does anyone know if she has a therapist or nutritional team behind her?
So I ended up having all of the Twix. This is the stage where I feel guilt. I honestly was feeling sick because I ate so much. the minute I started eating the Twix, but I just kept doing it. I was having guilt, and now I'm ashamed and mad at myself, and I wish I could take it all back.
Now, I know a lot of people will be screaming at the screen just to stop eating. This, however, is comparable to somebody who self-harms with a razor. The compulsion is going to override the logic in the brain.
So it's been about, I want to say about 3 hours since I last spoke to you guys. I'm still feeling super sick from what I ate earlier. I think it's just because I'm not used to that type of food, because honestly, back in the day, I could have ate even more. I decided I'm not going to be eating the leftovers that I had from the Mexican food, because even just thinking about it is making me feel worse and nauseous. So I'm just going to throw it away. I did end up taking a little bit of a nap. It was like 40 minutes. Felt pretty good, and then the weather woke me up because it got super windy. I thought a tornado was blowing through. So, and as you could tell, I've spent my whole day in bed, and I'm gonna spend my whole night in bed as well.
So looking back on Amberlynn's channel, it looks like this type of eating pattern has been going on for at least 7 to 10 years in her filing and documenting her journey, but in reality it's been going on since her childhood. Amberlynn said on her first video that the lowest weight that she remembers is 290 pounds at 11 years old, so you can get an understanding of the gravity of the problem.
The only thing I've drank today, which is not good, is maybe half of this, and that is it. I've had no water, nothing, and I could tell because it kind of feels like my kidneys hurt, and that usually happens if I drink too little or too much. So I'm probably going to be having some water here in a minute. Today is not good. Today is not good, and my mind is already back at, okay, I'm just going to do Weight Watchers. Everything's going to be totally fine. I'm going to continue Weight Watchers. I'm actually going to follow through. Tomorrow's going to be day number 1 again. That's my mind right now.
So you can see the level of compulsion behind the disorder in that Amberlynn won't drink water, and she's developed kidney pain because of the amount of food consumed earlier in the day. Anyhow, let's have a quick total up of some of the numbers and where I think she is at so far. From what I've seen Amberlynn eat and some guesstimations, I think she is around 2,611 calories with her first meal of the day and also those chocolate snacks. In terms of lipids, she's not doing too bad in the form of omega-3s and 6s, but these are massively dwarfed by the 55 grams or more of saturated fats that she consumed in the beginning proportion of the day. And obviously we all know the risk factors surrounding saturated fats with heart disease, strokes and cancer, etc. Despite eating a lot of calories, as you can see, the protein levels are actually on the lower end due to the consumption of very highly processed refined foods. And in terms of vitamins and minerals, again, despite eating a lot of calories, there are a lot of nutrients that are fairly low. So let's see where Amberlynn goes from here.
So next thing I'm having is a whole box of the pastaroni. It is in the angel hair pasta with herbs flavor. It is a whole bowl, literally a whole bowl.
Look, it's obviously better compared to the foods consumed during the early part of the day, but it's still nearly 500 calories of processed refined sugars with a lot of additives and preservatives with very little in terms of nutritional value.
And right now, this is more so like an emotional eating moment because I'm frustrated because of the video I just had to film frustrated me. And let's see, is food gonna make me feel better?
It really is just very sad to watch.
And a food addict. Okay. I'm also gonna have another Diet Coke. I drank a little bit of water earlier. Probably wasn't enough, but I drank it a little bit. I'll have more water later. I'm having some major heartburn. I feel like it's from the chocolate. And in this moment, I don't care. I'm telling myself I'm still gonna have more chocolate later.
I can only imagine the immense stress that Amberlynn's body is under. I'm sure her liver function, kidney function and blood will be fairly problematic. I would also be interested to know if she has taken any medications. I couldn't see anything on her channel, but if you know, then let me know in the comments below.
So I am about to have some of these Snickers. I'll let you know how many I have. And by the way, they are just the fun size. I mean, just for people curious, for one of them is 80 calories, which I haven't shared calories on anything today, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea. Well, I ate all 6, so that's that.
So I think just in chocolate alone, Amberlynn has consumed around 1,000 calories, and that is just from what she has shown on screen, and that will be in the range of 100 grams of sugar.
So the next thing I'm having, it's been, I'll say about 4 hours since I last ate, and I'm having just pasta with some melted butter and garlic salt, and then I'm also gonna have this Nestle vanilla fudge drumstick.
Again, unfortunately, it's just a lot of processed refined foods with very little nutritional value.
So that is everything that I ate for the day. It was a lot of overeating, a lot of not caring. My stomach hurts. It's kind of crampy. Regret in full swing. But I did what I did. I showed you every drop of food I put in my mouth. I don't know if I want to upload this, but honesty is honesty, right? That's all I want in my journey, is to show you guys really what I'm struggling with. And I think the hardest part is, like, when I show things like this, I am brutally judged and attacked and abused in the comments. And then when I don't share things like this, I am attacked again in the comments for not being honest in my journey. So it's like, no matter which way I do it, I am attacked. No matter what.
Look, that is obviously a very tough watch, and all I would say to Amberlynn is really just take a sizable break from social media and concentrate on your health and mental well-being for a significant period of time. And with that being said, let's just have a quick total up of Amberlynn's nutrition throughout the day. In terms of calories, I estimate it was around 4,000, but it could be as much as 500 or so more. And for the amount of calories, the fibre was also non-existent at around 26 grams. Her omega-3s and 6s haven't really moved, but her saturated fats have gone up to around 80 grams, which is 3 to 4 times over the daily recommendations. She also consumed 3.7 grams of trans fat, which is a fat that you really don't want in the body in any amount. In terms of protein, Amberlynn ate a reasonable amount, but in terms of hitting some of those essential amino acids, they were very, very low across the board, given the amount of calories in that day of eating. Now, there could have been some small errors in these numbers, so plus or minus 20% or so, but either way, those levels are very, very low and also very worrying. So again, it's a very similar story with her vitamins and minerals. So B5, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, iodine, calcium and iron, magnesium and also potassium were low, which again, given the caloric intake, is very worrying. As a day of eating, it's incredibly difficult to watch, and I really do hope that Amberlynn gets the support that she so desperately needs. And I hope if this downward spiral continues, that YouTube steps in and supports Amberlynn, not only as a content maker, but also as someone who has major psychological problems that need addressing. Anyhow, that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, remember to look after your body, because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.